there's enough time or words to describe what Carl meant in this world. So this is a few words from a niece's point of view. Uncle Carl was born on February the 1st, 1950. And I'm sure his first words were, "Do you want to buy a ticket?" When you saw him, the first thing you noticed was the ticket sticking out of Carl's shirt pocket. It was his own signature style. He was born to Stephen and Doris, the third of 13 brothers and sisters. The light of Carl's life was his 18 nieces and nephews, 31 great and 3 great-great nieces and nephews. I am one of those nieces, his brother Eric's daughter. Carl enjoyed being in the company of all of his nieces and nephews. He thought of all of us as his own children. Every time he saw one of us, he always had a gift or a trinket or a treat to give, and he always said the same thing to each and every one of us. "Now, don't tell anyone, don't tell anyone." His famous treat was one chocolate bar cut into as many pieces as he could possibly get out of it. We all have the same memory of Uncle Carl sitting on the floor in Nan's living room at the coffee table rolling change. It was amazing to watch how fast and how accurate he was. If you were in Carl's good books, you were lucky enough to be invited to his room, where he would show you every single one of his pins that he got from the Lions Club. For us, all of us, I think, the highlight of the regatta was going down to visit Uncle Carl in his booth, and he couldn't wait to see us coming. He was a proud uncle, always had pictures of us hanging, ready to show people. We all love him dearly, and we know he felt the exact same way. Carl was an extremely devoted son. Nan had a lot of experience raising kids and preparing them for life. Carl was a little different. Some things were a little difficult for him to comprehend. It was a little late starting out, but Nan prepared him to live a normal life and grow into a man that the world could be proud of. He lived with her most of his life until he met his love, Diane. It was plain to see the affection that he had for her. He was a doting husband. He cared for her when she became ill. He never left her side, unless it was to sell a paper or a bingo ticket. Carl and Diane were made for each other. They were determined to live a life that they wanted, regardless of what others may have thought. They encountered obstacles along the way, but it only made them grow stronger together. Carl and Diane had a timeless marriage that was enlightened by the encouragement, the guidance, and the friendship of John and Lorraine. Carl spoke so highly of both of them. They were great role models for Carl and Diane. It's comforting to know that today, Carl is reunited with his little pumpkin. All of Carl's brothers and sisters agree that Carl was the most dedicated person they know. They all say that it was Carl that taught them a thing or two about life. He was one of a kind, a well-known icon on Water Street. Even the pigeons downtown knew who Carl was. For over 50 years, every weekday morning, you would have seen Carl perched in front of Atlantic Place. He was a fixture in the area, selling papers since he was 9. Carl's motto was, if the papers are out, I'm out. A former district manager with the Telegram once said, without fail, he doesn't miss a day, rain or snow. He is the most dedicated, reliable sales person I've ever known. Carl was grateful for all of his faithful customers, and he had many from all walks of life. Prominent lawyers and judges, taxi drivers, white-collar and blue-collar workers, lieutenant governors, and premiers. Premier Brian Tobin often picked Carl up in his limo and drove downtown with him while they both discussed current affairs in the back. Joey Smallwood would always have his driver stop, and Carl would go up to the car and sell him his paper through the window. It didn't matter who it was, a homeless person, a taxi driver, or the premier of the province. Carl would always have a kind word to say. He treated everyone as an equal. Carl's dedication was also known by his friends in the Lions Club. He has been a member since 1988 and has a 30-year perfect attendance record. Carl lived all aspects of his life by the Lions Code of Ethics, service and kindness to others. He participated in every kind of fundraising initiative. He lived to help and to give back to the community. You won't find anyone who has ever sold the amount of tickets that he has. It has to be a world record. Carl's proudest moment was when he was honored with a Lion Melvin Jones Fellowship Award, the highest achievement in the Lions Club. And Carl embodied everything that award represents. Carl is a son, a brother, an uncle, a husband, a friend, a volunteer, a kind-hearted, true Newfoundlander, but most importantly, he is a humanitarian who is admired by all who know him. He will be forever loved and missed. Today we mourn for him. We mourn him for leaving us, but he has been called to spend time with his mother and father, his brothers and sisters that went before him, his niece Carla, and his loving wife, Diane. He's in new territory now, so I'm sure he's got quite a few tickets sold already and he's smiling. Rest in peace, Uncle Carl. You are a shining star in this world, a true inspiration.